Here's what I do.
Yeah,
Let's figure out what they have.
You definitely do.
So, Vey and Widow, I think we should figure out what they have in store for us. But I think we need to make the case to return back to the dragon, and to grab this tiefling and to bring her back.
I
think it's minor?
I'm in agreement with. I mean, on a personal level, just because I'm a bitch like that, I like to go back and have everything to be to my perfection, you know. But to go in and plead with the council to get them to send us back there when clearly they have another agenda, I think will make us look.
Oh, I'm not pleading with anybody.
Well, I don't mean plead,
Surely
but
they
I
have
mean
a better task for us than rescuing a mage.
You're from a dragon? Hello? Rescuing somebody from a dragon, that's why I was put on this earth.
Keep in mind, we fucked up. And the best thing that we can do right now is to get back in the good graces of the council, is pretty much do what we're told, do it to perfection and professionally, and then once we are back in, back on top,
I like it.
Then we can, you know, we'll have some bargaining chips.
All right,
right
so
now
Widow,
we have nothing.
We found the mage. Big deal. What do we really want? We need the mask. We need the Dracula.
What I hear you tell... Alright, that makes sense. So, Widow, what's strange is that you're the one saying, do what we're told, of all people.
No, I
to
just
do
like
what
to
we're
have
told.
bargaining chips, and right now I don't have any.
Oh.
It's a game. It's a very carefully played game.
Oh, shit, we left Shrump in the other room. Ah, whatever. He's alright.
Yeah, he's
at a loss of words.
He's just sitting there.
He's just chilling out. He's got a bunch of pillows inside of it, so it's not like he's comfortable.
You know, and I'm sure it's not a wheelbarrow. I'm sure they have some kind of wheelchair. There's been people having wheelchairs for forever.
Sure, it's
Egyptian pyramids, sure. You know.
Whatever. I can just imagine this big wheelbarrow with a half orc in it, with his legs hanging out of it and his arms hanging out of it, with his tongue hanging out of his mouth.
Head every so often, say, "Look lively."
So, you guys are brought back into the council, and as you're seated, Lady Silvermoon, Lady Silverhand does tell you that the Paladin Estival, Lord Estival, has decided to take it upon himself so plans can progress. He will take some of the Purple Knights, the very honorable Purple Knights, and they will find and they will bring back Makoth. Now they are not going to try to run off Arathator, because the Purple Dragon Knights are just not what they used to be. So that will leave the option for you at a later date to take care of business, if you know what I mean. So the Paladin Estival and you know, the Lady Silverhand, she is not she's a little disappointed, but plans will continue. So what is going to have to happen is she turns to you know, this Delon Winterhound, the Emerald Enclave representative, and Delon Winterhound stands up and says that there is a very important matter that needs to be taken care of in the Misty Forest. And at this point, the king, King Melendrock, he tells him to sit down, and this is a matter that will be taken care of by the elves, and this matter is already being taken care of. And Lady Silverhand,
we got this.
Lady Silverhand does say to the king, "Please, king, let us hear this." And he says, "I will not hear this." And he says, "I excuse you from the council." So King Melendrock, he excuses Delon Winterhound from the council. So Delon exits the door and exits through the door. And now there is something, just as Delon Winterhound was talking about, there were some dragon attacks by a large green dragon. that was happening in the Misty Forest. And as that, just as those words came out of Delon's mouth, that's when the king basically excused Delon out of the chamber, saying that the elves have this under control already, and there's no need to burden the council with this.
Hey, we're all elves here. We can help you out.
Right? So there is another. So the lady, and you can feel that there's a little dissension
awkward.
and little awkwardness and dissension here in the council. And next, what happens is Lady Silverhand tells you that there is also another matter that needs to be taken care of, and then she introduces you to what is her name? God damn it! Oh,
So
Elia.
this is a job from...
It
okay,
is,
good.
yeah, introduces you to Elia. I'm sorry, the name is right in front of me. And she introduces you to Elia, and Elia is no mere elf. Elia is an ancient silver dragon, and her name is Otari. And
Did you say she's an ancient silver dragon?
Ancient silver dragon, yes. And
so this elf is a silver dragon. That's
correct.
Ancient.
Yes.
And she's here
She
with
is
us right now?
in elf form. Yes, she is.
Oh, nice.
Yes, she
Yeah,
is.
they can take humanoid forms.
Yes, they can. And she gets up and bows to all of you and
Roll for initiative.
no. yeah, you guys would just die in ancient. I'm sorry, but she tells you that she has heard good things about from the council about you, and she is extending an invitation to you, the council, for an audience with all of the metallic dragons. The Drakenhorn has summoned all of us. We know what the Drakenhorn means, and this is what Elia is telling the council. And Elia says that the metallic dragons are concerned that the horn is even being sounded, because under normal circumstances it would not be. So, they think it is the chromatic dragons, meaning the cult of the dragon, that are the ones that are trying to bring not only the chromatic dragons together, but the metallic dragons. And Elia, which is an elder silver dragon, wants to hear from the council with the other silver metallic dragons. So you have been invited. Well, the council has been invited with an audience with all of the ancient dragons. So, Lady Silverhand looks towards you and says, "Now is a chance that you could do some wrongs and make them rights, and we will send you to this council, this audience with the metallic dragons." And Elia, she bows and
nice.
extends and gives all. She says all of the information. You will know where to go. And then the lady, she asks if there is any other new business that needs to be discussed, and no one says anything. So she says this council will reconvene for a third session when they, Tiberius, Widow, and Shrump come back to Waterdeep. And then she turns to you guys and says, "Do not let the council down."
Again.
No, she didn't say that again. She didn't say again. She just says,
I just
not
me beating myself
let the
up,
council
Dave.
down. So there will be a meeting with the dragons, and all of the ancient dragons are being summoned to a meeting location that Elia has informed the council. This meeting will take place in about 2 weeks, and there are going to be a lot of ancient and elder dragons. So, do you have any last words to the council, Widow, Tiberius, and Vey, before we end this and move on? Yes, it is, Slide. the
I can say that
ancient
we're very
dragons are
determined to
getting
see this
involved.
through.
Yes, that's what Silver wants to hear. Silverhand is glad she heard that from you, and she says we need to get the Arcane Brotherhood as allies. And Lord Estival says, I will make sure that the Arcane Brotherhood is on board and representing the council here in Waterdeep. He says he will bring back Makoth. And he kind of winks towards you guys. Because, he does, Sir Estival does revere you guys. You guys actually have, speaking out of character, you have the highest score with the Paladin. A very, very high score. And that is why he has offered to come out of retirement as both a Purple Knight and an adventurer to, gather his group of adventurers together to go get Makoth. Awesome. So if his score wasn't that high, I was going to do something else, but he is going to take care of that for you. And now you guys have an audience in about 2 weeks with the ancient dragons, the ancient metallic
and we
dragons.
just don't know where that audience is yet, right? Was it in the Misty Forest?
All of the information will be given to you by Leeson. No, it doesn't say anything about the Misty Forest. That was Delon Winterhound.
Okay.
When the king excused him from the chamber.
Yeah, that blows.
Yeah.
I'd be punished like that in front of all your friends.
Yeah, it sucks. Basically,
and all the rest of us were getting this silver hand job.
Yeah, right? Yeah, no shit. Yeah, no shit.
I have nothing to add. I'll look to Widow. Widow, is there anything that you want to say?
No, other than to simply echo they, and that we are very committed to seeing this through. Taking care of it for the council.
That is good news to hear. You have been the chosen ones.
Yes! Now I might want to back out of there.
Alright, so you guys back out and wheel out Shrump. And as
my retainers can get Shrump. Pshaw.
Click it. One of them's clicking coconuts. Sounds good. Oh, they scurry right in. Yeah, exactly. So as you guys leave the council, everybody kind of mingles for a couple minutes, and the other councils, the other members of the council, they all they do wish you well on your next endeavor, and don't let one mistake lead you down a wrong path. But still the Order of the Gauntlet, they really don't pay any attention to you. Dagult Neverember, he is now he wishes you good luck. So it seems like you are now in his good graces.
Oh, nice.
So it seems like
list.
You're in good graces with everyone now, even the Order of the Gauntlet. You are now in a positive faction with everyone, because Sir Estival has basically bailed you guys out. He's coming out of retirement, the old codger, and Sir Estival he walks with a walking stick too, so he is going to be kicking some ass. Yeah.
Yeah, what really sucks is he's in the Order of the Purple Dragons.
Yeah. He says, and it'll be fun to get the old guys together for one last hurrah.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Estival, you make sure you dress warmly, because it's pretty cold up there. There's these frogs that are in there that are actually pretty nice. Just tell them we sent you.
Wow. Speaking of which, you guys have a bunch of tablets from those frogs, if I'm not mistaken. Speaking out of character. All right, cool.
Indeed.
No problem.
No.
So as you leave the council, several of the other delegates, they have their entourages with them, and everyone kind of separates their ways. And Leeson and Onthar, they pull you aside down one of the other halls, and in front of you is the elf that was basically taken out of the council, this Delon Winterhound. And Leeson and Onthar, they introduce you again to Delon Winterhound, and
Delon, he's an elf.
He does a curtsy, and he introduces himself as part of the Emerald Enclave, and he wants to discuss a matter that should have been discussed in the council, but his king, and he has the utmost respect to the king, and he says that, and that is why he is left with no, no action. And he says that there have been green dragon attacks.
Maybe we should go somewhere a little more quiet, though, to have this discussion.
Sure.
We have it in the hallway of the I don't want them all coming out and then everybody looking at you talking to us, and they might get all upset. So maybe there's something someplace we can go a little more private.
Sure, yeah.
Do you know any place?
Yeah, they'll say there's another auditorium just down the hall here. And
all right, let's do that.
It's like another council chamber, but it's there's no chairs. It's just an empty room that's just not being used.
Yeah,
so,
I think this is much better than a Chili's. Thanks.
Yeah, very good. So you guys go inside, and this elf.
Now let's hear it. Yeah,
DeLong,
let's hear it.
Tells you that there's been some green dragon attacks in northern end of the Misty Forest. Now, some of these attacks were looting raids, and some were not looting raids. Some were just mass killings. Well, as the king found out about this, he decided to send his son, which is Prince Alagathos, to quell this, these attacks by the dragon. Well, as the prince was, had an army at his disposal looking for the dragon, the attacks stopped. Now it's been several weeks, and I'd say several days since any attacks have happened. But the thing is, the king, he is just not thinking right anymore. And that is probably why that I was excused out of the council. Usually, the king would be open to discuss any matters, but he exiled one of his sons. And the son that he exiled is called Neravane. And he exiled his son several years ago for matters that really nobody knows why his son was exiled. And there was an anonymous
like
courier. No, an anonymous courier had delivered a message to the king saying that his exiled son, Neravane, was dead. So this has brought a lot of grief upon the king. And King Melindroth just has not been in the right state. So you'll have to forgive him as well. He is just
no problem.
Not his normal self. But I would like for you to. I think you have a couple of weeks.
How many dragons were you talking about that attacked? Do you guys get a count?
Just
and
one.
What type are they? Other than just green, are they
green dragon.
Are they young?
Dousing poison everywhere in the forest.
Was it
killing
young
many
or older?
elves. It was a very large dragon.
Very large. Okay.
It attacked our villages and cities that are in the trees. Now, I do want you to travel to the town of Altand. It is at the very northern edge of the Misty Forest. And that is the last attack. That was the attack that nothing was stolen. There was no kobolds to loot our town. It was just a relentless attack by that green dragon.
And how long ago did that happen for the last attack?
It was several days ago.
Several days? And how long will it take us to get to Altand if we decide that we're going to assist you?
It will take about a day. We're going to send you on griffins again.
Oh, sweet.
Yep. We will send you on on griffins.
And so our purpose of this mission will be, number one, to find out if this dragon is still attacking and still around, because while that army's mobilized, it hasn't attacked,
Yes.
and find out what the information is on that. And then number two, to figure out if we can do anything about it. So I don't know. I mean, it seems to me, and I'll look to Vey, and it seems to me that this might be another another side effect of that dragon horn. What do you think, Vay?
Possibly. That honestly sounds like a distraction. An important one, of course. But
And he goes into detail and says that it is primarily a small wood elf settlement, and half of its residents were killed. Nothing was stolen. There are survivors there, so possibly you could find out some information.
Yeah.
The Emerald
Let's see if we can
Enclave
figure something out.
is spread too thin because of the cult's activity, so we are just not able to do it. So it is sort of a blessing in disguise that although what happened to the Sea of the Sea of the Moving North had happened, you're still back early and you can help us with this now. So
Well, we better leave Shrump here to relax, and maybe we can just get on a couple griffins and check things out at Altend. Widow, what do you think?
Yeah.
Are you willing to do this?
Well, I'd like a moment to discuss this with my.
And we can also
my
send.
colleagues.
We could send your ailing companion to Altend when he is ready and fit for travel. We could send him there as well, so he would be able to meet up with you, no problem. We have great trackers, so if you do leave Altend, it will not be a problem. Your companion will find you. But one last thing that is very convenient.
Yeah, what is it?
I will say one last thing. The king thinks that this situation has been taken care of. But his son, the Prince Elagathars, he does not. He thinks that this is going to continue. But the king really doesn't want to hear it, because he is still mourning about his son's death. He had not seen his son for years, since he had, banished him. So. Well,
I mean, we're all pretty familiar with Elven culture, so I think we can pretty much do this on the DL. So we'll come in. And is there people that we can talk to in Altend that you know of that we can talk to, so we can just go right to information? I don't want to just enter the town and start asking around.
The prince may be there. The prince. There are no.
Prince Elagathar?
There are no typical taverns in this town. Not like there is here. One on every single corner of the street. But there are several gathering places. Yes, I think the prince could possibly still be there with his army rebuilding Altend. I think that's what they were doing, but I'm not too sure. Then again, the prince, he is pretty vigilant, and he does really take patrolling and keeping the Misty Forest safe. So he may not be there, but there there will be others that I will notify of your arrival.
Well, hey, I think it's worth it, Misty.
Well, before we commit to this, like I said, I'd like to speak to my comrades privately
Sure,
for
absolutely.
a moment.
He says he has other pressing matters that he needs to take care of, and he and Leosin and Onthar, they both wish you well and good luck in your travels, and we'll see you when you get back.
Well, before Leosin's with us, correct?
Leosin is, yes.
Yeah. I'd like to have the details of where we're going for this next mission, how long it's going to take us to get there for the meeting with the dragons.
Thanks for paying attention.
Oh, for the
we already
meeting
covered
of the
that.
dragons.
That's okay.
The meeting of the dragons.
Yeah, for the meetings of the okay. I'm sorry.
We don't know that yet.
No. All of the details are still being brought in by courier. So there are
but it's
a lot
couple weeks away.
Yes, it is. So there are some details that he has, but the details come in different times and from different areas because of the Cult of the Dragon has a lot of spies in a network in Waterdeep. So to not have messages intercepted, this is why they do that. But Leosin says by the time you get back from the Misty Forest, he will have all of the information for you ready to go. And in fact, he will probably send another courier to the Misty Forest to deliver this information to you. So you don't have to come back to Waterdeep. You can just go right to the meeting from the Misty Forest.
All right, that sounds awesome.
The audience, I'm sorry.
So hey, I'm Widow and Vey. I think that it's probably worth our time. It'll take us a day to get there. We've got 2 weeks until the next meeting. We just need to poke around a little bit.
They are
maybe talk a little to Prince Agathar. He sounds like an all right guy. It's an elven area, so I'm totally comfortable just wandering around there, throwing down some elven chat, doing some. Everybody, I don't totally fit in there everywhere we go, so we're good. I think it's a definite plus for us. And who knows, we might get some money, Widow.
It's not that
Dragon Horde.
don't want to do it. It's just that my concern is that you've got what happens if the king finds out.
Oh, the king.
Then you've pissed off the king for interfering in his business, and that may directly impact, the council.
Not interfering, but assisting.
Yeah. We could just
did not ask for our assistance.
Widow, we could play the roles of a mole to find out what is truly happening, and if we see if there's anything against the king here, we could report it to him.
Yeah, and remember, his son is helping him patrol, so he's doing what his father wants. But remember what Delon said. The king thinks everything is safe, and his son, the one that's doing the patrolling, does not think it's safe. He thinks that these attacks are going to continue.
Yeah, and for me...
So he has basically disobeyed his father and not come back to the main cities with the troops. He's still out trying to find this dragon. Or dragons.
And I'll tell you, Widow, where my imagination is going right now. Is I'm thinking that why would a dragon, after hundreds of years, just start especially a green dragon, just start randomly attacking a village and not looting it just for killing? So my mind just instantly goes to thinking dragon horn, or maybe even if there's a green dragon mask. I'm just making that up. There's a white one. We knew there was other ones that they're going to combine for the key. Is it possible that somebody over there has a green dragon mask and is controlling that dragon? That's what I'm thinking is going on. So even if we weren't to tell this king that we're going there, I think we can make the case that this is all for us. This is for Waterdeep. We've got to figure out,
observant.
Based as people from the council, we've got to kind of figure out what's going on just to at least quelch the rumors. That's my thought.
Well, both of you want to do this, so...
Roll for deception.
Shut up. So that's fine. I just don't want it to interfere with the council. And,
God, you were the most law-abiding assassin I think I've ever seen in my life.
I am not at all. I just have I just have my own agenda.
Oh, snap. Trying to get with the king?
Maybe you don't know everything, Tiberius.
I don't think I think that's false. I do know everything.
Really? Really? You think you know everything?
Yeah. Roll for
really?
deception.
Do you think you know everything?
No, I'm so. You sound like my wife now. You're just keep repeating that until I have to admit that I don't. Is that what we're doing now?
I'm so tempted, Dave.
You should say this, Tiberius. I knew everything before I met you, and I'll know everything after you leave.
Boom!
There you go. That's what you need to say.
Widow.
That's why I'm single.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
All right. So
You're a poet.
I think we're.
And I didn't know it.
Let your feet show it. They're long fellows. Sorry. Anyway, so
okay.
Widow, what do you want to do? Let's get on one of those griffins and start riding.
All right. If we piss off this king, though, I'm blaming the both of you.
All right.
I would tell Shrump, but let's just let him rest. When he comes to, I'll tell my retainers where we are and not to divulge the information, and then we'll send some birds or something when we need to request Shrump's help. We'll send a message.
Sure.
Maybe do a mental message.
Shrump stays back in Waterdeep. He's still out for several days anyway. So okay, you guys are basically done in Waterdeep. The next day, you guys have.
You don't want us to roleplay breakfast, Dave?
You guys have a full day,
no,
and you're leaving the next morning. So if there's any other business that you would like to conduct in Waterdeep before you leave the next day, you may do so now.
Well, since my house is here in Waterdeep, Dave, I do want to make sure that I take some of those tablets, and so my whole backstory is being a human who thought he was an elf until he was in his 20s and then realized he's a human. And now I realize I don't have a lot of time. I have this vault of all the